pretty damn awesome. Look at that. You got all these people hanging out. Well, I'm in Federal Hill Park. I'm going to go over that a little bit because I think it's appropriate for Memorial Day. Look at this beautiful view. Alright, you got Raven Stadium over there. You got the Inner Harbor right here. Hello, everybody. You got a lot of fucking stuff going on. Everybody's so happy out here in Federal Hill Park. It's a nice little hill right here. There's a reason why they call it Federal Hill. See, back before the Civil War started, there were riots in Baltimore. And it was what they call Copperhead Democrats. And the Copperhead Democrats hated federal troops. They hated them because, they were trying to make a war and recruit everybody for this war effort. That's a very appropriate topic today on Memorial Day. And so there were riots when the federal troops had to offload off of their train and go take the streets to get onto another train so that they could get up to Pennsylvania. They were coming from DC, I think. I could be wrong on that. But all the people started throwing rocks and bricks, started bashing these federal troops in the head because they didn't want a war. They didn't want the Civil War to happen, and all these federal troops were coming through, and they didn't want them to be here. So after they got done bashing these federal troops in, and the federal troops decided to, bash a little back, they set up camp here. Yep, they set up camp right here. If you notice this thing right here, yeah, where's that pointing? It's pointing right at the city, right? They call it Federal Hill because they set up all their cannons pointing at Baltimore, the Baltimoreans who didn't want war, and they were going to flatten the city of Baltimore if anybody decided to speak out again. So people talking about Memorial Day and how we should thank the troops. Just remember Federal Hill. At the drop of a hat, if you don't like the fact that the United States government is going to war and it's going to break the country in half, if you don't like that, they'll set up at the biggest hill around with all of the cannons you paid for with your taxes, aim it at your city, and if you speak out again, they'll fucking flatten you. I think that's a very important lesson you need to know about Federal Hill in Baltimore. That's something very important to remember here on Memorial Day, is the second you step out of line and you start to make a threat for the establishment, they're going to set up on the tallest hill in your community, and if you do it again, they'll fucking flatten you. That is the story of Baltimore. That's the story of Federal Hill. You don't like war, we'll force you into it. And that's my Memorial Day message. I hope y'all are having fun with your families because that's what's really important, not the rest of this fucking statist bullshit.